What is going on, guys? Welcome back to our Everquest adventures. Wrecked you slash charmed you here. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, we're going to dive back into Howling Stones on our Enchanter here, and we're going to do the West Wing. Now, I've done previous videos on Wrecked you on the blue server, in the North Wing, the South Wing, and really spent most of my time there. I've done a little bit of the West Wing, but it's definitely much more difficult than the North Wing, at least in my opinion, in certain spots for sure, and it offers less loot. But as a group and you're grinding for experience, it has mobs that are a couple levels higher than the North Wing, so it is better experience when you're in like the upper 50s in a group or so. So it's not a bad wing at all. It has a lot of the same loot as the North Wing, at least the good loot. And then the boss there drops, of course, the key to the South Wing and a few good items as well. So in our video session here, my goal is to crawl through the West Wing, kill the boss, get the key to the South Wing, and we'll prepare for that, just farming the loot down the road. But this video will be all about that West Wing. I'm just kind of buffing up before we head in. Now I'm at the very entrance, the doorway into Howling Stones here. This little wall I'm standing at is a safe spot. As you can see, these things are lower level green dust, but they will aggro if you get too close. So that's why I will throw a calm on this guy right here, and then I'll do an IVU, an invisibility to undead, because when you enter into Howling Stones at the entrance, if you don't know, you'll have two mobs there, and the worst ones they get greeted by are the skeletons because they harm touch. So I like to have an IVU up just to kind of maybe avoid the aggro on them. And a second or more, or if you have two skeletons, then you're good to go. And you could always get a double invis if you have others around in the zone here at the over there, and easily be able to go in. But still, you have the bile golems who sometimes will see through invis, so you have to be aware of that. Now I'm going to calm this guy that's right on the door, just because I have often accidentally given this guy my key. Go ahead and switch it out here. IVU up. I got my Berserker Strength and my runes up to be able to take the hits. Alright, we're good to go. Now when you zone in, you're going to be pretty much facing like a little bit northeast usually. So I always hit my left strafe and forward key, because that's going to push me up towards the North Wing. And again, as always, you want to avoid the East Wing. Awesome. So we had two skeletons up, so our IVU move was a good one. So this is easy because they're both manageable. Now again, the East Wing is what you want to avoid, because that will have a pather that's much higher level, so you just always want to double check. And like I said, you're always kind of facing that way. So we came up, this is the North Wing. How many people we got here? 4. Hopefully the West Wing is not taken, but alright, so let's just kind of wait till this guy passes back out of the way, and then we will lock these two down, and we'll move our way quickly up through the West Wing. Now, for all of these wings, we have to have a key to get in. Luckily, as enchanters, we have some illusion tricks that we can do to kind of gimmick ourselves past the doors. This is something I use often in any locked door, so it's very helpful. And then, of course, if you don't want to do that, you can go kill the boss in the North Wing, get the key for the West Wing, kill the West Wing boss, get the key for the South Wing for the East, and so forth. But I don't have a West Wing corpse key, so I'm just going to quickly do this. Now there's our pather up there, the Hommel skeleton. If I were to mez this guy there on the corner, or this guy, it would chain react and pull that guy, which is a problem. Now at 55, it's not that big of an issue. Now he's pathing away, I could probably get away with it, but I typically wait till when they path on that left side towards the east, I'll wait till they get at least into the center, and I'll do a area effect mez on both of them right here. And now I think I have both of them in between. Yeah. So I'm tashing both, rooting both, and I will charm one of them. They'll harm touch each other here in a second. Of Great thing about the skeletons is that Theft of Thought works on them. And now we just sit back and... Ooh. Of course, that guy's root popped right away. All right. Now, it's always a good idea as well to just kind of practice your poles. So in these rooms at the entrance are a little bit lower, obviously, the pyre golems and stuff, but you've got the rooms behind the doors with 4 mobs in each. You don't need the keys to pull those mobs out, as I'll show you here in a second. And it's kind of good experience as well as good practice to pull out like the 4 mobs and just be able to lock them down. Deal with that type of situation, because if you're dealing, you get comfortable dealing with 4 or 5 mobs, then 2 or 3 mobs is something you're not going to freak out about. I feel like most of what playing this class is, not having a heart attack when things go bad. Now, I did try and record this video probably like 2 or 3 times. One on RecJu a year ago, and it just like all the files never kind of worked out together. And then also yesterday I did a crawl all the way up to the boss, but the files corrupted out and I didn't have enough space on my hard drive, so I had to kind of clear things out and start over today. But I did die in that crawl by just not pacifying the right mob, not thinking about it. And the corpse recovery right now in Howling Stones is really bad because 1, you don't get many people in here. 2, the key situation to be able to get to your body if you have to. And then also the keys are not soulbound. So if I die, the key stays on my corpse and I can't get back in unless I have a backup key or someone reses me. And I hate when that line of sight really just gets right there, huh? Alright, we're gonna anarchy him. Theft of Thought our other. I guess we probably don't even need to. Better than nothing. We might have to blast this guy twice anyways. 12%. Okay. Alright, got a spell. Water Pet, level 54. I'll be honest, I mostly vendor spells. Alright, so now let's just make sure our side, this is west right here. Yep. Alright, so I don't think, it doesn't look like anyone's in west. Let's do a quick CC. I'm going to go into gnome form. Just for that little wall vision. Okay. Looking like we're good. People don't typically venture into west because of the key situation. Not many people have the key. And then also it's a little bit more difficult. And so a lot of people come in here to solo rather than group. You don't find full groups broken down typically in this. You'll find a lot of enchanters and necros. Alright, we're going to have these 2 guys fight each other. Now, a cool thing about the aggro line of sight, like you can see I'm on the stairs here, not pulling. Now, I learned last night, I was in Plane of Sky with the guild, and they said... Did I not? Oh, I have the wrong hotkey selection up. Anyways, back to the line of sight. It's about your feet. So if your feet sees the enemy's feet or vice versa, that is a line of sight. So that's kind of a little coding you can take advantage of to be able to stay in a safe spot. So as his feet, that Pyre Golem's feet, see my feet, that's when he'll aggro me. So I could probably go up even to like this second or first stair. You know, I don't know what constitutes a wall as far as these stairs, but I can get up a few stairs here and still have no problem. Now, Pogo is the level 60 I've been seeing in here a lot. He's always in South. That's exactly what I'll be as well. Pretty much level 58 to 60 and so forth. That's where I will be grinding out the loot. All right. Okay, so again, the mobs in the West Wing are a couple levels higher than the North Wing, so we're not going to really want to rely on Conjuring Whispers because some of the mobs, like half of them, are going to be a level too high for it. So we got to use a lure just to make sure that our charms land each time. That's always one of the worst things if your charm gets resisted because you're using the wrong version. But that's something we got to think about. We'll have to change that out. And we always want to make sure we have our damage absorption spells going when we're fighting these guys because they can hit pretty quickly to get you down. When you're soloing like this, hit point gear and armor class, I mean, it definitely can play a very helpful role. I hate when that line of sight gets like that. Alright. Alright, so let's make it past the door here. Now, like I said, we don't have the key, but we can use our illusions. And, oh nice, another spell. Convergence, 53 Necro. Let's see what's back here. Alright, so we got a Spectre right there. Now, we can't see any of the other three mobs, but, you know, if we wanted to, a good tool that I honestly don't use as often as I should is Bind Sight. So let's go ahead and grab that one we do see. I'm going to Bind Sight on him, and this will give us a view of the room. So there we go. We can see what mobs are in here. We can target them. Now you can't, in this view, like first person or third person, you're not going to be able to turn it, but if you press Shift T, at least on my settings, you get to the choose your title screen. And this is what I use often to look around corners and stuff. So we can see we have 2 skeletons and a bile. So realistically, like we could just calm the bile or pacify the bile and then IVU past them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I think, pacify this guy and then send in a golem out here to pull these 3 and then move in. Alright, turn off our Bind Sight. And I'm doing that just because, I mean, we could pacify by everything, but again, well, I guess I'll just do the bile. It'll be a little easier, you know, we want to deal with it, we can just reassess. And while I'm showing you guys, it's a little bit easier for me with less mobs. Alright, so I'm going to pacify that bile golem from here. If it does crit resist, they'll all come out and I'll have plenty of time to area effect Mesm. Oh, see, if it was the other guy, it would have been close enough. Okay, so let's grab that guy, and we got the bile as backup. Yikes. Alright, he's pacified. So I'm going to go ahead and I will pacify one of these guys up here. I have that bile as my other target, so I can take a pet. Make sure I'm always switching back to that bile so I don't miss them. Grab this guy. And like I said, we're going to have to change to a lure because if we're going to pull in 3 or 4, we're going to have a few probably recharms. And don't be afraid to sacrifice your pet. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a lure up. Now I'm going to grab Berserker's Strength here. Have him go attack. There you go. Alright, pull him back. Get him on top of that ledge. And there we go. We have our 3 mobs. And then we just have 1 to deal with in there. He's on a skeleton, obviously, because the skeletons will harm touch. I'm just tashing them all, locking them all down. Again, we could just go 1 at a time. I'm going to re-area effect mez to kind of reassess. Alright, so we got, he's getting pretty low. Break charm. Get him locked. Grab another. Have him go after the bile. Now I'm just going to blast this guy, get him out of the way. And again, we're doing experience here, but don't be afraid to sacrifice your pet if it's going to make it a little safer pull. Right here we have the distance. In the West Wing we have much smaller space to work with, so I will sacrifice in bad pulls or large pulls often. Alright, got 1 loose. Now that's, we want to make sure that we get aggro on both, because now that our pet has hit the bile enough where that bile is going to not attack us if root breaks like that skeleton just did. Now we're losing our spacing, but that's okay. Where's our skeleton at? Okay, all right. Typically like to have at least 1 skeleton up at the end too. Once that bile breaks, I'll have the skeleton fight him. Or if I can get him over there. There we go. Because I want both of them on him now and trying to even up. Looks like he's really not liking that skeleton though. Take it. Now we can use this bile to kill both these guys. I'm going to have him finish off this guy first. He's definitely going to get hit there and start, but I'll pull him back. Alright, so he's got about a 25% lead, so I'm going to throw a small slow on him. Might not be enough. And blast them here. There we go. Even it out pretty good. Okay. Coming at me, are you? There's our bile. Oh. Alright. Last one. %. Should be able to do this with probably 2, I guess. He's probably a little higher level. That's okay. Hopefully root doesn't break here. Just to save the rune. Okay. There we go. Now we can move into the west wing. Now remember we have one mob in there. Alright, so now if you want to use as an enchanter, I've talked about this in previous videos, but if you want to get by locked doors, I think this works only if you are a taller race to start with. So if you're like a high elf or a human, to start with, you can do this. I don't think you can do this if you are a gnome to start, because we're using the different heights to kind of jimmy ourselves through the door. Kind of rebuff here. Alright, so we have one mob in there. He's around the corner, not going to be an issue. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map real quick while we're kind of medding up and stuff. Here's Howling Stones. Here's the entrance. We just killed these guys on this platform. We got 3 of these guys down. One we pacified is in the corner. We can kill him. I'm just going to pacify him again and not deal with him, worry about him. Here's another fake painting. We're going to go through and around the edge. Now, when it comes to using our illusion trick to get through the door, again, we need our illusions, and you're going to need stalking probes. These guys right here, they're made by tinkerers and gnomes and stuff, and these allow you to create like an Eye of Zom type of thing. And that combined with our illusions allows us to jimmy our way through the door. Now, it's important that you don't go on the wrong side of the door, because these eyes have huge aggro ranges. So if you are on the wrong side of the door, you'll aggro the guy in the corner on the other side. That's kind of why I like pulling them out and killing them, so we don't have that problem. So whichever wing you're going into, you got to make sure you're on the inside corner of wherever that hallway turns. So on the west here, you can see it turns to the right, so we got to be on the right side of the door. If we were going down to the south wing, though, it turns to the left, so we'd want to be on the left side of the door. If you're on the back side, that back end corner mob will see you. Alright, so here's how we do this. We're going to grab our stalking probe. Let's make sure I do it right. Sometimes I don't do it right every time. Alright, so I am holding forward going into the corner of the door here. I'm going to push my duck key as I'm still running forward. I'm going to click off my gnome illusion, which makes me bigger, and you can see I'm kind of in the door there. Now I'm going to stand up, continue running forward, and then we're going to cast our stalking probe and pretty much continue running forward and jimmy to the right. Again, we don't want to get aggro range from these guys, and it'll... Oh, looks like it didn't do it. Oh, there we go. So I'm over. Now I'm around the corner. Continue pushing forward and click off. And there we go. I'm through the door. So let's go ahead and get this cranking, huh? Now, once again, looking at our map, West Wing, again, doesn't have much loot opportunity. There's only one actually named placeholder area in this entire wing other than the main boss. So unlike the North Wing where there's 3 spots you can get a lot of guys, there's only 1 here, and most of the spawns here, West Wing, are literally the same. It's only the Golem Master and the Spectre Sepulture. Same that spawn in North Wing, and the only good thing there would be the Adamantite Club we could get. I'm just going to pacify this guy again, not to deal with him. Alright, and we killed all the other 3. Here's our painting. Now we have 3 mobs there. 1, right there on the other side of the wall, and one in the corner. You have 2 pathers that come up right there next to the bile. You can see the bile right there is one of them. Now we only really need to pacify this guy and we won't have any problem. There we go. Another thing is if you're on this side of the fake painting, the fake wall, oh look, that guy goes way farther up than I thought. I didn't even know that guy pathed all the way down there, so that's good to know. I don't think he comes back for a while. But again, if you're on this side of the fake painting and you pacify and it crit resist, these guys won't run through that wall straight at us. They'll actually take a very long route, go through the portal, and attack you from the front door. So you just want to be aware, you know, not to waste a cap or anything. I just have a gate ready. You know, if you want to push it, you can just run through the painting and he'll run right back at you. But hopefully this doesn't crit resist. Halfway to 56, looking forward to 56. Well, I can't remember what it is. What is the spell? Oh, yeah, that's right. We get the plus the 10 more charisma at 56. Okay, so we got 7 minutes on that guy. And you can pacify everything and move by them. I'm going to kill, at least at this entrance area, everything. I think that path hasn't come for a while either. All right, so I can jump right here. Gonna go ahead and pacify. Go ahead and pacify because that's the path that comes all the way through, I believe. Perfect. I believe there's another bile that we saw, right? That Pat came through. So we got all these guys taken care of. Let's go ahead and pet this guy, huh? Now I'm going to have him go to the ablation first because I just really dislike dealing with the casters. And we're going to pull him back because you got a few mobs here and a room there, and if just the pather comes at just the right point, you could definitely chain aggro, cause an issue. Look how little that harm touch was. 100? Oh, he must have like a rune on or something. And like I wouldn't mind if the other pather came through. I guess he's not going to aggro. We got 7 minutes on this stuff. This guy's going to probably cast on me. I like to be out of line of sight, obviously, when it comes to dealing with these guys, but uh-oh. Like a lag spike, everything stopped. My breathing as well. Now you're going to find a few different mobs in this wing as well. I think the only one actually, you know, the placeholder, you can get a helot or something that you'll find in the south wing. You're also going to find elemental bone skeletons. They're pretty much the same thing as the sepulchres, just a few levels higher. So if you pet one of those, they'll typically destroy all the mobs in your path. You can kill like 3 or 4 guys without much issue. Ooh, wrong guy. Now this guy will run out of mana soon enough. Yo. Am I stuck in the ceiling? That was crazy. And with caster and stuff, not too worried about the break for the experience because I don't want to get casted on and dispelled. I'll just let this guy kill him. Then I'm going to root this sepulcher over here, grab this bile. Uh-oh. Alright, well that works. Forgot we did not pacify him. Let him get down to about 4%. Break it. Grab this other bile. Come on, get over there. There we go. Thank you, jeez. All right, we have that one more pather. Now we have this pather, the bile there, you can see he goes in and out of a room, which is about 3 or 4 spawns. This bottomless feaster will stay right there. All right, we're going to throw a big slow on this guy. Even this up a little bit. And then we have that one pather still left. And there's one of them, I think only one of them pass all the way down to the other pH room. Now where the other spawn is, I wonder if this guy still is pacified. That is where the key to the boss room actually drops as well. I actually kind of want this guy too. Come around the corner just so I can pet him. Alright, I'm just going to try and finish these guys then. It's going to take like 3 blasts. It's a lot of wasted mana. And that skeleton's going to come by any second now. Probably while I'm casting a longer form spell. Now the good news is, like, if he's the one who passed all the way down to the room with the boss key and the pH, then we can just use him as a pet. That gives us the maximum amount of time till that will respawn, because that's often I'll fight my way down to that boss key room, and that pather will respawn and add on in the middle of that fight, and that can often be a pain. Okay, so this is what we want. Well, this guy coming. We'll pacify him here. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and pacify both of these pathers. Get that bile. I typically skip this room just because, again, that timer as far as solo, and there's no placeholder or loot potential. I almost just want to lock him down while he's here. I can depth of thought him too. I'll just keep him mezzed while I'm doing this bio. Alright. So I'm going to grab this guy as a pet. Now with those two pacified, if I stay a little bit to the left, I won't aggro anything in the room there, which is nice. There is some weird... I gotta be careful right there, actually. I'm gonna wait till that bile moves. That was actually a really stupid place to stop him. Okay. Alright, get him moving. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and... There's 3 over here, and then a path around the corner that goes down to the end. I'm gonna get as many of these guys down that I can. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and have him hit that guy. And we got pretty much the entire fight there. These guys are far enough they aren't going to spawn me or add onto me. There, that guy will add right here, and we can get that handled. Alright, we got our pet just broke. Now that carpet, that rug right there is a trap into the basement, so be very careful not to fall. Let me get everything back up here. And this is one of those poles where I'm going to sacrifice a lot. I'm mostly just trying to get mobs out of the way so I have a timer as to when the pathers are coming. I want to get out of this section as really soon as I can. Because it is a pain. And this guy's, you know, kicking some butt, man. Honestly, I'm just gonna grab this guy. Have him whoop these two. Oh, that guy died? I thought he was dominating. Alright, that's fine. We got this bile right here. Where'd my pet go? Wait, what happened? Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. I think he got hit into the basement. I don't know where he's at. Okay. He must have got hit in the basement. Man, that is a pain right there. We had a good little run going. All right, so I'll go ahead and run through back to this area, and then we'll pick up where we left off. Alright guys, so we're almost back to where we left off before, and we had our crazy pet thing. We got all these guys pacified over here. A few minutes left. Got my timers. Really just waiting on this pather that goes in and out to come out so I can target him. So I want to get by all this before this pacify expires. Now I'm also helping two guildies with a corpse recovery. They just died down the hallway here. So we're going to clear that out over there and then pull them up here as far as we can to try and help with that. And that guy has such a long path inside. I've been sitting here watching him for a while, and he's not. We got like 2 minutes on this, 3 minutes on this elemental bone. I guess that guy is a skeleton, so we're just gonna invis the undead. That should do the trick. There he is. Alright, so I would rather pacify him then. Perfect. Now this guy's a pather, so I'm going to grab him as a pet. And he paths all the way down to the boss room, I believe. I'm going to need that up for sure. Alright, let's do this. Alright, we got that pather there. Alright, pass in the hallway, and this guy I'm going to pacify. Okay. That takes out the two tough, difficult mobs, and then we're going to not fight by that dang rug because we just fell through. And that was no fun, was it? Okay. Let's see where their corpses are, huh? Get off me, bitch. Try and double up the aggro. I'm definitely fine with death. Or sacrificing our pet. Not me dying. Speaking of, we should always have our cap up. That's our pacify timer on the guy down there, so we're good for a while. And I'm just going to grab these other skeletons right here. Get them out of the way. Oh, shoot. All right. And harm touch always grabs ton of aggro. It's okay though. Let's just double up our damage on our guy. Get these guys down quick. We already got one down, so I'm going to put a 17-minute timer on. Just because it's a 20-minute timer, give myself a heads up since I got to drag these corpses. Alright, so there's the key right there. You can see that little bag in the room. We got 4 mobs here. One of these devourer there is the placeholder. Let me see where their corpses are. Where'd you die? Alright, so they died a little bit deeper in there, which is fine. Uh-oh. Now this guy, I got to kill this guy. Let's try and get this feaster down first. Alright, we got 2 of them down. That's cool. Now, honestly, I'm going to probably just pacify and drop this guy. Get him out of my way. I'm going to go grab this boss key. There's no named up. This is that room right there with the boss room key in it. That is the only place where you'll be able to find a named spawn in this wing, other than the boss of the wing itself. Alright, let's try it. This guy's a little higher. Oh. It would only pull 2 though. Perfect. Alright, now with that, I can just IV you up since there's only 1 skeleton I've not messed with. Now sometimes you'll get a bile golem that will spawn right there over the key spot, and it's a pain because you have to kill him or move him out of the way. Ooh. Okay, should be good here. That's the only one I haven't done. Here, let's click our key. There we go. Now we don't need the key, the boss room key, to actually pull the boss, you know. We can just do our normal thing where we send a pet in. But it's always nice to have. Alright, this guy, I'm going to pet him, and I'm going to send him at these 2 guys down here. Oopsie. Now, once we drop down here, it gets much more difficult. At least it can be. There's a ton of spawns, a pathers, a lot of crossover. You know, it can be a rough kind of area. So we got to be careful. Right here, it's good. We'll have this kind of like safe area for 20 minutes as we're chilling and stuff. Getting prepared. And I'll skip a lot of the problems with this area. But this is typically where you'll come with a group and stuff. Now we may get 2 extras here. Because 1 pass all the way down there. There we go. All right. Now once we kill these 3, we'll look at the map and we'll look at the pathers and all that kind of stuff. Oops, I hate when I do that. Everything we want to kind of know. That's the important thing when you're crawling these dungeons and stuff. Knowing the pathers, knowing where guys are going to pop out, you know, the issues. And up here in the West Wing, this is why I don't really hunt here, is this next section. And there's, you know, not really any good loot or anything. Now we're safe right here. The only pather that would come down here would be that one right there. None of the pathers we've already killed and stuff will be coming down this hallway. Now the CR to get these guys' corpse past this area is going to be a little bit more tough. Just having, because I'm going to have to come back out. I usually like to just pacify this next room and run by it and then deal with the boss inside. But with their corpses near the boss room, I'm going to have to run by and then run back, it seems like. This is all the gear they had on their pet, too. That was proccing. These are shoulders, which helps drop the magic resistance, makes your pet a little bit easier. Same thing with the rings here. Sparkle's bringing the heat. That's what Sparkles was putting on the pet. Man. Our pet's kind of kicking butt. We don't want him to be that kicking butt. I don't know if this helps get hit more, but you just make your pet sit and stuff. You know, when you're sitting, you get hit. It's a max type of hit usually. It works to stop your pet from casting spells. So that's always helpful. Hopefully my Theft of Thought pops as well. And Root holds. That would be great. Alright, so it only did about 9%. So I'll have to do an Anarchy and then another Dementia. Oh, no Theft of Thought. That's okay. We got 20 minutes on this hallway of safety, so we're good to go. Looked like something just popped. Probably the Pather down there. It's like a spell. Pillar of Frost. Done. Alright, so I'm going to men up. I'm going to buff up. We're going to go ahead and look at this room, how it's broken down, what we're going to have to do. Okay, so let's take a look at our map real quick. This is our Howling Stones map, where we got our entrance in the center here. Again, we're in the west wing. So we came through, we did our path here. There's the trap rat. There's the boss key room where you get the key we just grabbed. And then we're in this hallway here, sitting about where these two mobs are. Now, the red dots here, as you can see, are kind of your static mobs. So you got 3 at the entrance here. You got 1 on each side, and both these guys will path into the middle here. You also have 2 pathers that go around the hallway. 1 comes all the way 3 pathers actually. 1 does just like this route, goes to that hallway. 1 does from the boss room just to that door. You got 1 that comes all the way out to this ledge here. Then you got another one that's 4. So there's 4 total pathers there, but 3 that come in this little hallway. Now, the rooms over here in this hallway, extremely dangerous. I hate going that path. I die almost every time, especially solo. Just we got to work with our respawn timers too. So what I like to do is, you can see right ahead, straight ahead, it's a little ledge. We just turn on our levitate spell or air elemental, and we'll run all the way across, and we can just get to that hallway there that is right next to the boss room. Now apparently that's where our folks died as well, so I'll have to run back through, which really sucks, but we're gonna help these guys out obviously. And with the pacify we can probably do it pretty quickly. Now we want to sit here and watch. We're gonna have 2 guys that path in, like I said. 1 comes, whoa, glitchy. Let's do that. 1 comes much farther, so that seems like the good spot to pacify him. Thought I had that up. And if he aggroes, it will probably just be him that comes, so you gotta be very careful. We might get those 2 as well, but it won't chain aggro all the way. That pyre is the other pather down here. Come on now. Alright, 7 minutes. Let me start my timer. I have some timer there already going. Now I'm going to wait for that pyre to kind of come down a little bit so it doesn't chain aggro the 3 mobs that are here. Looks like I'm going to have to rebuff my health spells too. Alright, I really want to get that guy. Definitely. There's going to be 2 Bather, like I said, that come all the way down that hallway. 4 in that complete hallway. So we got to be careful. Okay, good time to pacify him. Sweet. Now we get the sides first here. You can see we got like a probably an ablation or something. Oh, skeleton. That's fine. And I'll wait till that pyre golem across runs or walks away just to make sure we don't get him chain aggroing as well if we get a crit. I mean, if we get a crit resist, we're probably going to just have to bolt out of here. Alright, Bottomless Feaster. We got one here. Alright, now I'll wait for my pyre golem. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and get my elemental. Now we do have another one that will walk down. This pyre golem comes out, but another one walks down to that corner right past that door. So we got to make sure we don't accidentally aggro him. Alright, we got about 3.5 minutes to get these corpses at least over here to this ledge. I'd like to get them, I guess, we want to get them all the way to the trap there at least. 3 minutes until that skeleton is down. So we got a little bit of time. I wish this guy would hurry up. I guess we can just do this. Speed it up. There we go. Oh, he still sees through. First time I've ever seen a pyre golem do that. Okay. That should be all of our guys. We're going to take it to the left here a little bit. Go up. Now here's kind of a safe camp spot. You'll have one guy possibility. I'm going to cut across and stay the corner. Alright, we got our guys' corpses here. Where the hell are they? I don't know if I can get it back over there. Okay. Alright, so let's look at our timer. Cross your fingers, 57 seconds it says. Run quickly. Don't get aggro. Alright. Alright, so we have the bosses actually up too. The Skeletal Procurator. Looks like he's up. We got a Pyre Golem here. This guy comes all the way out. I don't think he aggroes. We got to get a fresh timer on him. These two that come down here are our most important. I think feet to feet too, so I don't think I'm going to... I might aggro there. I gotta be careful here. Alright, we got him. Start my timer. And we gotta watch who's the other. There's the Sepulcher will be the guy who goes... That's the boss room. There's another Pather coming by. Like we have a Sepulcher as the boss room. The skeleton is all the way around Pather from like the room to the boss room. And then we're waiting on one more that's going to be coming down this hallway. The Bile Golem. Alright. Alright, so we got our two main hallway pathers down that are going to come down to this corner. So actually, I could come back and actually sit like right here. Have no problem. That pyre, this golem, not going to aggro me, at least for the pacify length. Now, again, we have two skeletons, it looks like, walking down there. The Greater was passing all the way through. A Sepulcher was coming to the door. We're going to have three mobs that are in the boss room. Two, and then include and the boss itself. And as usual, there's lots of different ways we can go about it. We could reverse charm the boss himself, fight the mobs in there. We could do one mob at a time, mez everything down, and just have him fight through. Now this boss is when they start summoning. I guess the Northwing boss summons too, but this guy has some really, really nasty spells. You see him right there. He's got two skeleton buddies. Doesn't have a dagger, so he either has a chest piece or... what is his other? Or the mask. So he has decent loot. Alright. So I'm going to met up to full. We're going to repacify. We're going to pacify everything. I'm going to... then figure out how I'm going to pull this guy. I'll probably do one at a time. We may pull him out and try and like stun lock him a little bit more. We could just have these guys fight right here and get rid of them. That's instead of a 7-minute timer, we have a 20-minute timer then. I think I may do that the next time they cross over like that. At least in this corner. We're probably close enough it would pull the mobs that walk by too, so... I'm going to go ahead and just get him down while he's standing right there. It's like a safer spot. Alright, so I think I am going to just kind of clear the pathers more so. That gets enemies out of the way. We have a lot less issues that way, more timer. And anytime I've had issue here, it's because ads, or I missed a pacify, or a timer, you know, whatever happens there. The boss itself is pretty rough, but, you know, we've dealt with much tougher. Alright, so we got 3 of the dudes pretty much down and handled. Right next to each other there. Alright, so the next time that bile comes by, I'm going to pet him and then just wait for the pyre here. Okay, I'm gonna pacify him while he's right there. That's the one that just goes to the boss room door and back, so that's a good one to have just chilled. Now we have all 4 guys are pacified right now. The one skeleton that will walk back, by the time he comes back, he won't be anymore, but it should be good right here. This will make sure we don't have any ads at least right now. Nice. Alright, so that one skeleton goes all the way around. He'll maybe add on this fight, but that would be a good thing, especially since that other one is pacified, so he's not going to chain aggro. I'd be totally fine with getting all the pathers out in one fight here. Kill these guys. I can set a 19-minute timer. Give me a lot more wiggle room. I think this boss too, I don't like coming to the West Wing, so I haven't come very often, and this boss has definitely killed me more times than I've killed him. So he's winning on our record. Level 55 right now. Shouldn't be too bad. I think he's like level 52 or 53. It's just those necro... Those damn necro spells, man. Okay, I thought he would have aggroed. I guess his timer's not up yet. Okay, this pyre is kicking my guy's butt, so I gotta pay attention. I'm gonna give him a big slow. And then we'll try and even this out a little bit. I mean, I'm just going to really waste my mana, aren't I? It's 9%, so not bad. If he kills my pet, he kills my pet. That's my thought. Okay, I can do that then. Nice. Alright, so we got 20 minutes now. Set a 19-minute timer. And we can just deal with the skeletons up here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will pacify both the mobs there, and both the pathers. I'll also pacify both of the mobs that are next to the boss, and then I'm going to charm one of those pathers, go after the boss. If he dies, then I'm going to pet the other one. I might even go and... I don't want to lose this guy's gear, though. I was going to use this guy's gear because it's got the direct damage spell. We could blast with that staff, and then I will give him a torch. Alright, so let's go ahead and pacify. If he aggro's right there, he'll only at most bring the other pather. Alright, so 7 minutes. That's most likely the one I will pet. The next time he walks out just like that, I'll grab him and pet him. boss key, have it ready. Okay. Alright, both Pathers, I'm pretty sure, are taken care of. The Sepulcher and a Greater. Maybe one of those is the... Oh no, there's the Pather. Okay, so... For now, we want that. Now, we gotta be careful fighting in there because you got the teleport there. And pretty much, you know, if they crit resist, he's going to be casting. Alright, there's one. Okay. We got a good amount of time here. Let's just get... Okay, we gotta be careful of that guy. I could just try and... Fuck it. Okay, let's do it. Alright, so I got to pacify off on him. I'm just going to hit this skeleton. Okay, so we want to haste this guy. This guy's not a great one actually to have. I'm going to haste the crap out of him. Oh shoot, wrong one. Getting sloppy. I don't need to... Look at that life tap. Alright, so we could start like runing and all that type of stuff. Might have to here. Oh, I'm trying to do our mez tactic, but it's not really working, is it? I wasn't paying attention close enough. Let's try and get him back here so I can... He should be pretty good here, as long as the guy doesn't get anything big off. Just keep stun locking him, and as long as my pet don't fall, should be able to get him here. Go, 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 go. Yeah, baby. The dumb one. Oh, here's our Dirk. Oh, shit. Oh. Man, I got stuck in the loot box and almost died there. I got my hat off just in time and was lucky enough to get the key. Broken Sacrificial Blade is your key to the south wing. And then here's your dumb no drop loot. So alright guys, so that is us as the West Wing. We kind of accomplished everything we wanted there. It got messy at the very last second, as sometimes it does, but luckily I got out alive. We killed the boss, we did the complete run through, and you can kind of see why I don't like to solo there, at least as an Enchanter. I know Necros like it quite a bit, and as a group, that's a great place to get experience, high 50s. But overall, that is us guys, that's the West Wing. We're going to continue grinding, got a lot more great spots to hit, show you guys in future videos. Hope you've enjoyed this one. I will see you in the next one.